In the heart of a billion dreams, where power and propaganda shared the same court, a quiet storm was engineered. Not born in the playgrounds of Philly or the streets of Chicago, but built in the laboratories of ambition, a project named Yao Ming. A nation wanted a hero, the NBA wanted a bridge, and somewhere between the Great Wall and the HardWood, those two desires collided. He wasn't supposed to just play basketball. He was designed to represent an empire. His parents were chosen, his destiny assigned, his will tested. And when he finally stepped into the league that was never built for him, the world watched in disbelief, not because of what he was, but because of what he became. This is not just the story of a man who stood 7.5 feet tall. It's the story of how China tried to build a legend and accidentally created one. Shanghai, 1980. Newborn Yao Ming weighs 12 pounds, hands like hammers, feet like a 3-year-old. His name means bright, but his future was scripted long before the delivery room lights faded. To understand the plan, rewind to 1965. Yao's mother, Fang Fengdi, Da Feng, is 6 feet 2 inches tall, a skyscraper in a country of walk-ups. She doesn't choose basketball. The state chooses her. The Shanghai sports apparatus pulls her into an elite training center, 8 to 10 hours a day, every day. Winters that freeze bone, summers that cook it. You play sick, you play hurt, you play for the revolution. She becomes captain of China's national team, wins the 1976 Asian Championship, and earns respect the hard way, through bruises. But injuries pile up. In 1978, she asks to retire. The answer? Not until you produce the next generation. The state points to a 6'8" player named Yao Jiwon. Dating is restricted, autonomy is optional, but compliance? Mandatory. Our relationship begins under fluorescent lights and political shadow. From that union, a son destined to become a symbol. Mao dies in 1976. Power shifts, old enemies are restored, and just like that, Da Feng is demoted. From respected coach to menial labor at a compound for retired athletes. Yao's father scrapes by with manual jobs, eventually at the port. Their combined income? Under 80 yuan a month, roughly $50 then. Barely enough for food. In a nation of ration tickets, even having money doesn't mean you eat. By 4 years old, Yao is nearly 4 feet tall and 60 pounds. At 8, he's 5 feet 7 inches. The state knocks again. Transfer him to a sports school. His parents hesitate. They want their son to get the education they were denied. But the pitch is simple and brutal. His talent belongs to the nation. And the school provides meals. Yao doesn't dream of dunking. He dreams of archaeology. But he also dreams of taking pressure off his parents. So, at 9, he reports to the academy. Classes until 2, 3 hours of practice after, then homework. No free afternoons, no go play, only the clock and the whistle. He hates it. He's clumsy, forever growing, never comfortable in his own frame. The other kids laugh. Coaches run him until his feet burn. He wants to quit. His father bribes him behind the apartment with tiny gifts for every made shot. His mother tries inspiration instead, a trip to the Harlem Globetrotters to show that basketball can be joy. At 12, Da Feng yanks him out. Enough suffering. She puts him in a top academic middle school. But 4 years of drills leaves holes in a classroom. Yao struggles. He's 6 feet 7 inches at 13. The state insists back to the system. The family's broke. The pressure is immense. Yao moves into the Shanghai Sports Technology Institute, where coaches and scientists sharpen him like a blade. He barely sees his parents. Training load? Yao recalls it plainly. 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. At 14. By 1997, he's 7 feet 2 inches. The clumsy kid is gone. In his place, soft touch, balance, patience, and a body that swallows the paint. He joins the Shanghai Sharks senior team, posts 10 points and 8 rebounds as a rookie, and draws the attention of Nike. Shanghai grants permission for a 1997 Nike Junior camp in Paris. He goes, battles future NBA bigs like Tyson Chandler, holds his own, and something changes. Belief. Sophomore year, 21 and 13, free throws jump from 48 to 70%. Then the body reminds him who's boss. Broken left foot again. He admits it took 4 to 6 inches off his vertical. He returns for 1999-2000, hits 7 feet 6 inches, averages 21 and 15, reaches the CBA Finals and loses to the Dynasty Bay Rockets and their star, Wang Shishi. Then the trap door opens. A Sharks executive introduces Evergreen Sports Management, an American firm eager to guide Yao to the NBA. The contract slices off 33% of his income. The message: sign or you may never see the NBA. Yao and his mother sign under pressure. Nike fumes. They offer $20,000 per year for 4 years, a fortune to the family, an insult to his potential. Yao's game becomes undeniable. Fourth Sharks season, 27 and 19, 80% at the line. Outrageous for a center. They lose the finals. Next season, 32 and 19 in the regular season. Then a prehistoric rampage in the playoffs. 39 and 20 on 76% shooting. He leads Shanghai to its first CBA title. In one finals game, he goes 21 for 21 from the field. Read that again. The NBA calls. The politics answer. The state claims 50% of Yao's earnings. He is the product of the system, after all. They also deem the Evergreen contract valid. Yao's mother fights back, threatens to end his career entirely rather than forfeit his future. Meanwhile, Beijing is spooked. Wang Shishi left for the NBA and then balked at national team obligations. Will Yao do the same? Hours before the 2002 NBA draft, the dam breaks. The government releases its claim on Yao's finances and voids the Evergreen deal. In return, Yao pledges loyalty to the Chinese national team. A fax flies to Houston. Cleared. David Stern steps to the mic. With the first pick in the 2002 NBA draft, the Houston Rockets select Yao Ming. Cameras find the family. The celebration looks forced, symbolic of everything that got them here. Later, Yao would describe the airport jetway to Houston as a tunnel that felt like a black hole. He almost turned back. He didn't. New country, new language. Old pressure. Yao arrives with over 100 Chinese reporters chronicling his every move. He lives with his parents again. His mother sets a spending allowance. He honors the pre-draft agreement and skips Rockets camp to play in the 2002 FIBA World Championship. China goes 2 for 6, but Yao is sensational. 21 points on 75%. Second in scoring, second in rebounds, first in blocks. 3.3 per game. The NBA start is rocky. Through 7 games, the tallest man in the league averages 4 and 3. Analysts whisper the B word. On TNT, Charles Barkley guarantees Yao won't score 19 in a game and bets he'll kiss Kenny Smith's behind if he does. Game 8, 20 points on 9 for 9 against the Lakers. Barkley kisses a donkey. Sports television history is made, and Yao's legend gets its first American punchline. 4 nights later, he drops 30 and 16 on Dallas. Then comes the heavyweight title bout. Shaquille O'Neal, the most dominant big of his era. Shaq talks spicy. Yao blocks his first shot, then his second, then his third. The building detonates. Shaq finishes with 30, Yao with 10. But something deeper shifts. Respect. Shaq later admits Yao was the first opponent who forced him to change his style. Yao starts the 2003 All-Star Game as a rookie, the first since Grant Hill, thanks to a tidal wave of global votes. He finishes year 1 at 13.5 points, 8.2 boards, 1.8 blocks, all 82 games played. Runner-up to Amare Stoudemire for Rookie of the Year. In year 2, under Jeff Van Gundy, the Rockets build around the Great Wall. Yao leads them in scoring, 17.5, adds 9 and 2 blocks, makes All-NBA third team, gets MVP votes, and returns Houston to the playoffs. They face the Lakers again. Yao averages 15, Shaq just 16, the lowest playoff series scoring average of Shaq's career. But Kobe and depth crush hope in 5. The Rockets double down, a blockbuster for Tracy McGrady. The new duo clicks. Yao, 18.3, and T-Mac, 25.7, become the league's smoothest 1-2. Yao breaks Michael Jordan's All-Star voting record with 2,558,278 votes. Houston defends like a vault, 4th in defensive rating, and wins 51. In the first round versus Dallas, Houston jumps up 2-0. Yao shoots 13 for 14 for 33 in Game 2, the best playoff shooting nights in Rockets history. The Mavs respond, win in 7, and hand Houston a 40-point Game 7 embarrassment, the largest deciding game margin ever at the time. Yao averages 21.4 on 65% in the series, absurd efficiency wasted. Then the injuries find him. 2005-2006, inflammation in the big toe of his left foot. He plays through pain, chooses surgery, misses 21 games, then comes back like a supernova. 25.7 and 11.6 post-All-Star break, 53.7% from the field, 87.8% from the line. Season ends at 22.3 and 10.2, All-NBA third team, but Houston misses the playoffs. Yao misses 25 games, McGrady 35. With 4 games left, Yao breaks a bone in that same left foot. 6 months to heal. Next year, he's stronger than ever. For 2 months, he's at 27, 10, 2.3 blocks, 52% field goal, 87% free throw. A cheat code at the line for a 7'6" center. Then a knee injury costs him 32 games. They still win 52. He makes All-NBA second team with 25 and 9.4. First round Utah again. Rockets up 3-2 and lose in 7. Van Gundy is out. Rick Adelman is in. 2007-2008. Yao at 22, 11, and 2 blocks. The roster deepens. Louis Scola and Bonzi Wells. The Rockets win 22 straight, the second longest streak ever. And in Game 12 of that run, disaster sings the same note. Stress fracture, left foot. He's done for the season. The team loses to the Jazz in round 1 again. Surgery follows. Screws in the foot. Doctors say 8 to 11 months of rehab. The 2008 Beijing Olympics loom like a national drumbeat. He is told to wait. He cannot. He returns early. He carries the Olympic flame. He carries the flag. In the opener against Team USA, he buries a top-of-the-key 3 for China's first points. The U.S. wins 101-70, but Yao's message is pride, not pity. He averages 19 points, 18.2 rebounds, 1.5 blocks, second in scoring for the tournament, and China reaches the quarterfinals before falling to Lithuania. Back in Houston, the roster is the best of his tenure. Ron Artest arrives to lock perimeter scores in a trunk. Aaron Brooks, Kyle Lowry, Carl Landry fortify the bench. Yao plays 77 games, averages 19.7 and 10, makes All-NBA second team. McGrady, though, is hurt, only 35 games. Still, they win 53. First round versus Portland. Yao goes 9 for 9 for 24 in Game 1. Rockets advance, his first playoff series win. Second round versus the Lakers. Game 1. Yao scores 28, 8 in the final 4 minutes. Steals a 192 win in LA. The Lakers punch back. Game 3, Yao limps. Diagnosis, hairline fracture in that left ankle. Season over. No surgery required, but the prognosis whispers career-threatening. Surgery follows anyway to stabilize the foot. He misses 2009-10 entirely. 2010-11, a minute cap, 24 per game, no back-to-backs, to preserve the future. 5 games in, the left ankle breaks again. He keeps trying. The body keeps saying no. July 20th, 2011, press conference in Shanghai. Yao Ming, 30 years old, retires from basketball. Career line, 19 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks, 52% from the field, 83% at the line. The 5th best free throw percentage ever among centers. On September 9th, 2016, he enters the Hall of Fame alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Allen Iverson, delivering a self-deprecating gem about needing more practice than AI. So, did China build a player to take over the NBA? Here's the truth, and it's messier than conspiracy. Yao's parents were selected, his youth centralized, his training relentless, his career entangled with contracts and nationalism. The state shaped the environment. It did amplify height, push volume, claim ownership, and turn one family's life into a geopolitical project. That's real. But here's what the project could never manufacture: a feathery touch at 7 feet 6 inches, a mid-range jumper you couldn't block, 21 for 21 in a CBA Finals game, 39 and 20 on 76% in a playoff run, blocking Shaq 3 times in a row and making the Diesel shift into playoff mode, rookie all-star starter, and a league that went from American pastime to global business on his shoulders. A big man shooting 83% at the stripe, closing time and size 18s. If injuries never carved his left foot into a map of scars, Yao isn't just one of the best bigs of his era, he's arguing for the pantheon. And even without the ring, without the years lost, he becomes something bigger than hardware: a bridge. Billions followed the Rockets because of him. Sponsorships exploded because of him. The NBA's footprint in Asia? Yao poured the concrete. In the end, the state could forge the conditions, but only Yao could endure them. Only Yao could translate pressure into grace, propaganda into prime time, obedience into art. What has he engineered? Maybe the blueprint started that way, but the finished product? That was earned. Every hour, every injury, every game he turned into a global broadcast. Yao Ming, built by a system, perfected by suffering, immortalized by skill. History will remember him as the Great Wall of Houston, the giant who didn't roar but still made the world tremble. He carried the weight of a nation, the pressure of politics, and the expectations of billions. And yet, when his body broke, he never pointed fingers. He bowed with dignity. The truth is, you can engineer height. You can design opportunity. But you cannot manufacture greatness. That spark, that courage to keep rising when every step burns, that was all Yao. He began as an experiment and ended as an icon, a bridge between two worlds, standing taller in spirit than even his 7'6" frame. Long after the applause faded, his legacy remained. Not just in numbers or trophies, but in proof that even when built by a system, a soul can still rewrite its own code. They set out to create a player. They ended up creating a symbol. Yao Ming, the man who proved that legends can be built, but only greatness can be born.